Alright, ladies and gentlemen, we are on some Jujutsu Kaisen Phatom Parade. I'm on my main global account, and honestly, just for the heck of it, I've been trying to do this boss fight on the hardest difficulty. It is weak to blue, so what I've been doing is it possible to nuke with GOJO? Now, there is a stipulation where you have to get the fight done in 10 turns. Now, in reality, there's no way I'm getting this done in terms of getting all the objectives. This is more for the fact that, is my account able to actually just complete the fight? Right, just casually complete it. I kind of want to put myself to the test. And so this is the team that I'm taking. I mean, even for my sub character, bringing in Nanami, horrible idea. But, again, I'm very limited on what I've got to use with, so I just kind of tried my best to opt out with what I've got, and obviously put myself in a situation where my best DPS has the most, or has the biggest advantage play. So, pretty much just to give you guys a rundown on how everything is looking. I mean, it's kind of self-explanatory with my team setup. Everything is basically boosting GOJO in terms of damage boosting, ultimate chasing, and I mean, clearly right there, of course, he's doing high amount of damage. Inumaki is more of a ultimate chaser, and then everyone else is basically supporting GOJO. So pretty much, I mean, I'll show you guys the whole setup on what I did, of course, but in the first wave, basically just trying to get it done as soon as possible, because realistically my plan was to go into the second phase with as many turns as I can get for GOJO. Now, just before you get your head into the second wave, I decided to opt out of using Yaga's second skill, or first, yeah, second skill, so that way I can get the buff, so that's something that I don't need to worry about going into this phase. So just kind of eliminating some extra steps of getting myself buffed up a phase ahead, and that is exactly what I managed to do this time around. So as you guys can see, I'm now utilizing all the buffs. GOJO has all the buffs that I can give him. I should also mention, if you guys look at Yuki, he does have an SR card that gives me, I believe, a 34% for all my allies damage increase. That's why I've got that in there. So all the buffs being applied, I ulted 940,000 damage, and then with the combination that bumped it up to 1 million. So good damage, but as you guys can see, this mother trucker has so much more health, so I'm just like, god damn, I've got one more turn here. What do I do? I was thinking on if he was more weaker to physical, because obviously with GOJO you've got a choice of 2, physical or curse, but my curse damage for GOJO is way more better than my physical, so I just kind of opted out on I'm pretty sure I opted out doing, yeah, I opted out doing cursed here. So get some damage dealt going on, trying to get as many debuffs as I can get, and then 268 on just a single, or just on the first skill is what was achievable. And at this very moment, typically, because I've been doing the multiple runs, I would have quit, but this is the lowest I managed to get this boss before GOJO left. And there was one run where I was like, damn, if only his HP was a little bit lower, I actually could have killed him. So I decided to opt out and just kind of stay in the fight. Now, one thing which I will say, that skill that I'm using when it comes to Yuki, where he applies that shield, I want you guys to know, the damage that boss does when he explodes, does that AoE damage. Look at my health every time, because I always activate that skill. That skill is an absolute godsend. So bro, Yuki Loki on Jujutsu Kaisen is just an amazing support character all round. His rare version is good, his SR version is good, obviously pre-anniversary SSR version is amazing. So like, god damn, they have done justice with this character. So doing the alternate, I always do the combination with Inumaki and Yuki, of course. That way I get it, obviously, because it's like a guaranteed stun. Ultimate goes up for everyone, of course. I don't know, it's just a combination which I do prefer to do in terms of the team setup that I've got, and that way I can keep Yaga and my DPS together, so that way I can maximize the damage output. That's kind of how I do things in terms of the combo setup that I have. So once again, making sure that it's, I mean, that was a bit of a waste, because well, to be fair, I wasn't sure if I was going to get the stun or not. Even though it's a high amount of chance to get the stun, there have been times where I've actually gotten extremely lucky with RNG. So once again, going for the stun. I was going to protect myself, but see, stun missed. Because I'm maximizing damage, I had to resort to using Yuki's first skill, so I'm hoping, and I was praying, I don't know if he did his AoE here, because his health is getting really low right now, so we're getting there. Boom, 100k damage? Yeah, 100k. Yeah, so he did, so it was my mistake on not applying the shield, but thankfully we did have defense up, so it wasn't too bad of a AoE attack to take, but the minute I get a chance to apply that skill, I'm resorting back to it. It is honestly a lifesaver. Yeah, so here you go, look at this. We tank. Alright, so continuing on, I don't know why, but the video kind of separated in two ways. But anyway, yeah, so as you just saw, we tanked it. Continuing on, the HP is low. I've got my support ultimate combination at the ready, which will give me a free turn, because it's a stun and it also chases ultimate. Yuki is eating the hits for us because I did apply that shield. Bro, I don't care what anyone says, bro. I love Yuki right now. Like, this original character for JJK right now is low-key popping off. So there's that card being activated, so that way all of my team can benefit from doing extra damage. Inumaki, I'm not gonna lie, Inumaki for a rare does do some good chip damage. Put some respect on it. Well, then again, everyone does respect him, let's be honest. Everyone regards him, and lo and behold, my support combination did the job. Now, like I said, look, I know I ain't gonna be able to, do all the challenges. It was more for the sake, because my freeze play account do it, and lo and behold, it can. So yeah, I am over the moon, the fact that I was able to actually do that. Again, I mean, obviously when my account is in a much better standing, I'll be able to kind of re-go over everything and smash it out of the park. But the fact that me just kind of attempting it now, just to kind of test the waters, I'm happy. But essentially, this was my setup. GOJO, you just have to nuke with. This is pretty much, I mean, yeah, this is literally the only team that I've got. I've got nothing else. Like, blue typing wise, I'm kind of like, well, I wouldn't say, well, no, technically I'm screwed, because I've only got Junpei, the SR version, as my, oh yeah, by the way, I singled Maki, which we're not going to talk about, ew, disgusting. But like, I'm very limited on my choices, right? So that is pretty much what I managed to accomplish. Again, just a reminder, so that you guys are aware, where is it? Yeah, this one. I don't have any dupes on it, but yeah, applies 30% damage dealt increase to all allies for a total of 1 time in 1 turn. You have to link it up with the ultimate, so make sure that when you're using the ultimate, that when you do apply this card, that you're using Gojo's ultimate. Like when Gojo's completely buffed up, then you utilize this. But essentially, that was pretty much the run, boys. I will say I got lucky with getting dupes on my Gojo. By the way, I mean, with the event and whatnot, you can purchase dupes for your recollection cards. So I used the what was it? Like I got an extra one, but I had one beforehand, and by duping it out, yeah, it recovers 200 ultimate gauge for self. So it helps chase the ultimate more quicker for Gojo if that's something. Well, that's something that you want to do. You want to chase the ultimate for Gojo as soon as possible. Alright, you guys. Well, that is pretty much yeah, the 75k boss fight done. Well, the one that I can do. The other ones I can't do because my account isn't up to scratch. But hey, we'll take what we can get.